Boys and girls. Okay, last week we're continuing our review, and last week we looked at the elements of a play. Before you went home, we had already looked at the elements of a poem, and we had already looked at the elements of a story, or what we call prose. When you see the word prose, remember prose and story, they mean the same. Now this week, what we want to do with the three of those literary elements that we have looked at, the prose, poem, and the drama, we want to be able to know and explain the differences between the poem, the prose, and a drama. You know them individually. We've taught you how to, the elements individually. Now we want you to be able to tell the differences. What are the differences in the structural elements of a poem, of a play, and of a regular prose or story? Okay, so this week's lesson, we will be looking at lesson 21. It is found in your ready textbook on page 326. It is a comparing poems, plays, and prose, all the P's, some alliteration. All right, so what we're gonna do, I just want to do a little review of the elements we have already discussed. I have them written here for you. We have the elements of a poem or poetry. We have the elements of drama, and we also have elements of prose. All right. So, I don't know if you can remember clearly, when we looked at the structure of a poem, we said it would have meters, it would have lines, it would have verses, it would have stanza, and of course all the literary elements it was that create a poem. We also looked last week at the drama, and we previously looked at the elements of a story, which consists of the characters, the setting, the plot, the problem, and the theme, all that good stuff in the prose. So this week, like we did last week, we have our graphic organizer, and we're going to use our graphic organizer here on the right side of the page. We have our elements, and this is not just the element of a poem, it is the element of all three: the poem, the prose, and the drama. We have all the elements. Again, we want to find a description now of the dialogue. Okay, so you're going to go on and we're going to fill in it. The first one has been done for you. For the description of a setting, it says time or place something happened. Okay, so the question is, does a poem have a setting? Does a drama have a setting? Or does a prose? So for each of these, if your memory tells you, or according to what you've learned, it tells you that the poem has a setting, you're going to go on and put an X in this box. And if a drama has a setting, you're going to go on and put an X in that box. And if a poem has a setting, you'll go on and put an X in that box as well. So I'll go on and put in the X's for you, because you will find a poem, a drama, and a prose. You will find a setting in all three of them. They're literary texts. Therefore, you will find the setting in all three of them. All right. You're going to do the same thing for dialogue. Would you find dialogue in a poem? Do you see characters talking to each other in a poem? What about a drama? What about a prose? So you're going to go on and you're going to complete all of these with your X's in the box that are appropriate for the elements. When you're finished that, like last video, I have a schedule of activities throughout the whole week where you're going to go on and do Monday's activities. Remember, there are a whole bunch of lessons here on comparing poems, plays, and prose. You're going to go on and you're going to complete all the activities right up until Friday, and then you're going to use your extensions menu to for independent work as well. Remember, boys and girls, you're still going on iReady, because we will be checking in to see your usage and to make sure that you're using iReady efficiently and appropriately. And if you do need help, you're able to see where you're struggling on iReady as well. At the end, probably by Thursday, you should be able to, this is called a Venn diagram, where you go on and compare now the poem, the prose, and the drama. You should be able to do this proficiently, because our learning goal says that we want to be able to know and can explain to mom or dad or to someone who asks us the differences between a poem, a prose, and a drama. So you can use this here to organize, another graphic organizer that you can use to organize your thoughts, boys and girls. So go on and complete those activities. Remember, boys and girls, to reach out to your teachers, reach out to us if you do need help. If you're struggling, take pictures and send us pictures of your work on Dojo so that we can go on and check and, you know, redirect you if you're having problems. Don't think because you're not here that we are not concerned about what you're learning. We are concerned. That's why we are providing the videos for you. Thank you, and I hope you have a great week.